Airmen and Guardians strive for excellence and seek out the extraordinary. This is Life Without Walls. Conversations with airmen, guardians, and their families. Finding adventure wherever they go. Brought to you by the United States Outdoor Recreation Program, sponsored by USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. No federal endorsement of sponsor intended.
Welcome to Life Without Walls. I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. I write the homeschool and family travel blog, Dutch Goose. I'm the co-host to Slate's parenting podcast, Mom and Dad Are Fighting, the mom to 3 littles and an Air Force spouse. Today, I'm talking with Taylor, who works with outdoor recreation, about an adventure he takes 16 airmen on to the top of Sugarloaf Mountain. They travel across the lake, up a mountain, and get to witness a C-130 flying beneath them, which leads to a total change of perspective for the entire group.
My name is Taylor Schneider. I am the Outdoor Adventure Programmer here at Little Rock Air Force Base. I run the Outdoor Adventure Program and the MWR events and activities for the base.
Taylor, we are like huge users of the Outdoor Recreation Program. So I'm so excited because every time I talk to someone from the office, they just have so many different like stories and about different adventures and the opportunity to take, military families, Air Force families, Space Force families on these life-changing trips, really, like giving them a chance to connect. So, but we are here today to talk about a very, very specific trip. Can you tell us, kind of set the scene? Like, where were you taking people?
What we do is we head up to Greers Ferry Lake, which is a bit north of Little Rock. And we head out there and we go out of Sugarloaf Marina and we paddle to an island that's in the middle of the lake. It's about 1.5 mile, 2 mile paddle. We didn't actually realize, but the weekend that we were out there, the one we're talking about specifically, happened to be a National Guard, Air National Guard training weekend. So they were out of Little Rock Air Force Base flying C-130s. And they like to head up to Heber Springs, head up to Greers Ferry Lake, and do passes around the area there. So we saw them as we were paddling to the island. We saw, oh, hey, those are some of our planes. They're flying around up there. Oh, that's interesting. Cool to see, right? And we head out there. We paddle out to the island. Once we get there, we beach our kayaks, and we actually do a 2-mile hike up to the top of the mountain. One of the things about Sugarloaf Mountain specifically is the first part of the hike is pretty flat, right? You are getting from the beach up to the base of the actual mountain. And then it gets very steep very quickly. And there are these wooden steps that are built in that feel like they never end. You start climbing them, and it's just like, oh, it turns 90 degrees up here, so that must be the end. And then you get up there, and it's like, oh no, there's like 500 more steps to get up to the top. After paddling out there as a group, after hiking as a group, I was leading it at the top. And once you get to the very top of the mountain, you feel, one, the sense of relief because, hey, you're finally at the top. You went up that last step. And it's just like, okay, now we can take a breather. And it's absolutely gorgeous out there. You get this 360-degree view of the entire landscape of the lake out there. You see how the mountainscape kind of plays with the waterscape out there. It's absolutely amazing, absolutely gorgeous. And us getting up to the top is kind of this little plateau area. You can kind of sit there and just take in the surroundings. You can kind of sit there and breathe in the nature. And the sun's coming from back here, so we're all kind of looking this way, not towards the sun. You're just hearing this kind of noise. And then you start to look around, and then you see it. Oh, hey, it's coming from behind us, coming around the mountain, and it puts you kind of in this sense of like, it's this sense of scale that you don't normally get. This sense of we are simultaneously extremely big in what we do, the impacts in what we do, and we are also extremely tiny in some of the grand scheme of things. And that is a realization that you don't really get sitting at a desk, sitting inside, looking at a screen. You don't really get that unless you are out in nature and you are seeing these things from the perspective that you don't normally get to see, that most people don't normally get to see on a day-to-day basis.
And that you accomplished hiking taller than the C-130's flying. There's something about that too. And like you said, that you're all at once small and big.
Yes.
I think that's lovely.
This conversation was brought to you by Air Force Outdoor Recreation. Visit afoutdoors.com or your local Air Force Outdoor Rec program to discover your next adventure.